Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I've had warning signs coming up about the internet's not brilliant here, so streaming, or it's now saying excellent condition. So fingers crossed, everything will go right. Hi Matt, thanks for tuning in, mate. I hope everyone's had a good week. This week's not been too bad for me. We had one day in the week, I've forgotten what day it was now. I think it was Tuesday. We couldn't work because the high winds. We had high gusts, and because I'm rural, for me, I had to just turn off that day window cleaning. Turned out to be a good move because later on during the afternoon, the gusts got up to 40 miles an hour. So, and then it rained as well. And the following day, on the Wednesday, again we had gusts. I think they're up to like 31 miles an hour. So we decided to go for it and work. But we swapped some of the days around. I've made a video. It should be out some point today. I think 9 o'clock tonight. So after this, it'll be on. It's where basically we swapped a day where we would have been rural. We changed it for a day where we're in a town because you're going to be more sheltered there. So we thought we could get away with the high gusts there, which we did. So I minimised losing another day's work basically. But for the rest of the week, we had good weather, sunshine. It's a bit cold in the mornings though, but soon warmed up. And today we've had rain, haven't we? I was going to take the dogs out and it's chucking it down. But the weather forecast looks good for next week. So I'm hoping to have another good week of window cleaning, no problems whatsoever. So I was trying to think, what shall I do for this live? And because we talked about brushes and people have been giving me recommendations for other brushes to use, I thought I'd do something to do with the different jets that go along with these brushes. So going on for today then, if I can find the right button, is the different types of jets for window cleaning that we can use. So, you know, with your gardener's brushes, you've got interchangeable jets, haven't you? So I just wondered what jets were best. And I know some other companies, you buy the brush and it comes with different options for you to pick as well. And I just wondered what your thoughts were, because all I've really used is pencil jets. That's what I used from the start with when I first started. And then I'm not sure if fan jets come out soon after that, or they've always been around when I first started in 2018. And then you got fan jets, but I stuck with the pencil jets because I'd spent money setting myself up and I wasn't like flushed with loads of customers. So to buy any new kit, I'd have to save for months basically. But I was looking around and watching what everyone does on YouTube, as you do, and I could see fan jets looked quite good and looked totally different to me. But then I come across using the rinse bars with because I use a lot of X-Line's kit. I stuck with the X-Line rinse bar with a rectangle brush, and I've used that, and I've got no complaints really, to be honest, using it. I just know their brushes are heavier compared to the different makes you can get, and especially with gardeners because they've got such a large range, you can have really lightweight brushes as well for your choice. And a lot of people have been recommending me good brushes to try from gardeners as well. But I did wonder, like rinsing on the glass, for example, and I just wondered if that also comes down to the different types of jets you use, and wondered what you guys do. Because I did try a few days ago, I think it was last weekend actually, where I cleaned my own windows and I tried rinsing on the glass using my brush that I currently use, which is the rectangle brush from X-Line DuPont with a rinse bar. And you know, I have my flow controller set to 50 psi, so I'm getting 2 litres per minute flow of water on the glass. And I wasn't really happy with the results. So it wasn't bad, but there was in places where I was still getting rundowns. Now on my house, I've got sash windows, admittedly, but I wasn't happy enough to try that on with customers. And I've tried it once before, and it was an epic fail. And I know I could probably up the flow rate maybe to get out of that, but I feel I'm just going to go through my water too fast. So I'm happy at the moment just to use my kit and rinsing off the glass. I'm more confident with that because I've done it like that from day one and I've had no complaints really, and I get through my work. And obviously I've listened to you lot and I've used the modifications of cleaning. So I'm not doing too many passes and being over finicky with cleaning the windows, which I've been guilty of, and just using the rinse bar for a good rinse as well. So I haven't got any complaints with that. And I like my X-Line brush because it does last me 2, and I reckon I could push it to 3 years before I have to change it. Whereas when I'm looking earlier on some of the websites, especially gardeners, when you look at the brush charts, It tells like up to 4 months was what they reckon the brush will last for. And then that's a bit too much money to keep spending every 4 months, really, compared to paying like nearly double the price. But it's going to last me 2 to 3 years, and it does the job. But I am tempted to, just for trial and error for me, to try a different brush from Gardeners, one that's going to be lighter than the one I'm currently using. But I'm just confused as to what sort of jets to go for, especially when I'm thinking, is it worth trying to get something where I can rinse on the glass, which would make me faster as well. And then if it works for me, obviously I'd get my son to trial it and my daughter, and maybe switch over to these brushes. I'm not completely sold on it. So I just wondered what you thought. Right, I'll just go over then onto my internet screen, which will be the Gardeners website here. And it's got the jet capsules quick release for your brushes. Basically, those of you who use Gardeners kit will know this. Those of you that don't probably know about it anyway, and there might be a handful of you that haven't got a clue. But within the brushes itself, you can buy the brush and you can choose what capsules you want inside it. But if later on you want to swap them out, you can take these capsules out and replace them with a completely different one. So, for example, you might have brought a brush with pencil jets. A bit further down the line, like me, you're thinking, oh, maybe I should try fan jets. You don't have to buy the new brush. All you got to do is buy the fan jet capsules, swap them out, and then off you go. Excuse me. So what different jet capsules do they use then? Well, they've said here on the website, they've got 5 different types here. So basically they've got 3 which are pencil jets, and they've got different sizes, 1.4 millimeter, 2 millimeter and 3 millimeters. And then they've got 2 types of fan jets, which is 50 degree and 100 degree. So again, there's a lot of choice. And I was thinking for rinsing on the glass that you probably need fan jets. So therefore I was thinking of the 100 degree fan jets. So I could try them, and the beauty of this system is obviously I can take the capsules out and try different ones till I find what I'm happy with. But it can get a bit pricey. But I suppose once you're set up, aren't you? So that's what I like about the Gardeners and what they do. And another thing that they do on here as well is not just jet capsules. So you've got your pencil jets or the fan jets, as we've talked about. You've also got rinse bars as well. They do different types of rinse bars, but they've got one where it can be over the top rinse bar. So it goes on the head of the brush, and then the bar is adjustable, so you can rise it up or down to get it to where you want it, so that the jets of water are coming across above the bristles, especially when you've got them pressed and splayed on the glass. And then again, I suppose the idea behind that is as well, or I know from other videos I've watched on YouTube, you can rinse on the glass that way, because it's not like the X-Line one where it's internal, because it's above the bristles. So it's going to be the last thing coming down the glass, basically. So you can rinse on the glass as well. And it does say on here the flow rate is equivalent to a pair of standard pencil or fan jets, recommended to be 1.5 to 2 litres per minute. So I've got my set up for 2 litres per minute at 50 psi for me. So here's a picture there. There's a rinse bar just on top, and it's adjustable for height. So you can make it high if you need to, so it goes over the top of the brushes here. So I kind of like that idea as well. And it's not too stupidly high, so I'm hoping it won't catch on brickwork when you've got them sunken in windows into the brickwork of the house. That's the one thing I like about the X-Line brushes, with it being internal. And like I said, I haven't really got any problems using the X-Line brushes at all, to be honest. It's just when people are recommending me different brushes to try, I'm thinking about doing it. I can make a video on it anyway. And there's only one way of working things out, and that is to try it. As I say to my son, when everyone says no, you can't do that, I go, how do you know you can't do it? Have you tried yet? The proof is always in the pudding, isn't it? So that's one thing I'm thinking of doing, is having a go with these Gardeners brushes, and with the aim to rinse on the glass. So I don't know whether to go with a fan jet or an overhead rinse bar, because I love the rinse bar on the X-Line brush. Sorry, I'm just trying to get X-Line loaded up. And then what I'll do is try and get a picture for those of you who don't know what the X-Line brush is like. Let's go 26 centimeter. So I'm just trying to go through their filters. Which we've done. Bit of load up. Right, it doesn't show a picture of the rinse bar anyway. So this is X-Line website, and these are the pictures I've got. This is what I've got is a 26 centimeter dual trim, and it's DuPont brush with an internal rinse bar, and as it says, it's got 9 holes in it, 9 jets, and I have no problems with this whatsoever. I like the rectangle brushes. It did have a different picture on it, and it's just gone. Here we go. And when you buy the X-Line brushes, you can't change the jets like you can with the Gardeners one. You can do, but if they're brass, I've tried it before, that just a nightmare to take out. You might as well buy a new brush. So on the left, you've got the rinse bar, then you've got the pencil jets, and then you've got their fan jets. I don't know what degree the fan jets are, but with Gardeners, you get a choice between 50 and 100 degree. But like I said, I have no problems whatsoever with the rinse bar and using the X-Line brush. Just everyone's telling me how heavy it is. But I like it because they have lasted me 2 years, just over 2 years. And then I brought new ones, and I swear I could probably get another year out of them. That's just me being me, thinking the fresher, the newer it is, the more better the scrubbing power, I suppose. But for the price, they are good. And I've got no qualms with them, to be honest. I mean, if you can see the price on here, like it's saying, it's £64. That I don't know if that's including VAT or without. I think with VAT it's more, so it's about £73 altogether with VAT. Whereas if you go for the Gardener's brush, let's have a look. I can't remember what ones I was looking at now. I think it was the Ultimate. That's £31 plus it's going to be 20% VAT on top of that. And also when you make your selections down here in the drop down, so where's the fan jets, for example, that's £33 plus VAT. So it's probably half the price of the X-Line one. But when you do go and look on the charts that you get from Gardeners, which I'll try and find, it will tell you it'll last about 3 or 4 months. So I'm just trying to find it. It's a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, I won't be able to get it up unless I get the PDF guide, I think. Just bear with me, please. Right, I'm just trying to get the PDF document up, which I've done. That makes life a lot easier. Yeah, so when you go onto their website, look up for the brushes and then click on PDF, it'll open up the document. So it's easier to read, even though I've got glasses. My eyes are that bad. So we went for the Ultimate DuPont. I think it went medium soft, but if you got the DuPont Taper Tech, yeah, it's telling you that it lasts between 4 to 6 months, is 170 grams. So it's about 100 grams lighter than the X-Line brush that I use. Like it says, lasts 4 to 6 months, but I get 2 years easy, and I reckon you'll get more with the X-Line one, and it's just pretty much going to be double the price of the X-Line one. Well, not double, but not much in it really. Probably another, what, 30 quid more than what the X-Line brush will be. So, yeah, I just wondered what your thoughts were, really. Like I said, I am happy with the ones I use from X-Line. I've got no qualms, keep using them. I'm just not sure. And you've got all these different products as well. I mean, I keep looking at Gardeners because I like the Gardeners swivel gooseneck the quick lock system, so I can change between me flocked and my DuPont brush really quickly. So that's why I'd continue using a gardener's brush. And then you've got this vast array here of brushes that they do a hell of a lot to pick from. And like I said, you've got the chart here, and then if you click on the chart, click on the brush guide, and then if you click here, that will take you to the PDF document, so it's a lot easier to read. And they'll even tell you what the brush is best suited for: first cleans, Georgian windows, leaded, whether you can rinse on or off the glass in this column here. So that's what I was looking at earlier today. But again, I don't know if that also depends on the type of jets you're using, or it doesn't matter what jet you're using, is I guess what they're also saying there as well. And just wondered what all your thoughts were, because it is confusing, isn't it? And the more you look at it, the more you're scratching your head, to be honest. So, yeah, just wondered. Anyway, I just gave some comments. So, Matt had already said hello. All right, Matt, send your videos, mate. Keep them coming. That's all you've got to do. Keep putting them out there and you'll get better and better, mate. And I like watching them. And it's funny because you were talking about brushes and I'm thinking of brushes as well. Cheers, Wilco, as well, saying the X-Line brushes are best, but you're saying with the 1.4mm pencil jets. That's how I started with pencil jets, but I absolutely love the rinse bar. It's all personal preference, isn't it? But I know you get more power out of the 2 pencil jets, for example, I would say, which comes in handy for certain things. But I do love the rinse bar, it gives me a good rinse. And yeah, I agree with you. Gardeners are only better for the jet choice. And I like the way you can interchange the capsules with the brush you've already got, if that makes sense. Okay, Potter's Windows, cheers, mate. Cleaning says you get way longer than what gardeners say. So, for example, the one I was looking at, 4 to 6 months, you're going to get a lot longer than that. So maybe a year or more. I suppose it depends as well, doesn't it? How many cleans you do every day, day in, day out. And yeah, James is, cheers, James. You're right, mate, saying stick with what you know. Like I say, I haven't really got any problems with the X-Line brush. None at all. I just know, yes, it can be heavier than the X-Line gardener brushes, but it's not all gardener brushes, is it? It's only some of them. And then the other gardener brushes, there ain't much in it when it comes to the weight. But if I was going to say try a 35cm brush, which is what I'm thinking of doing as well to try and make me quicker, like with your cleaner windows, Matt, and his videos, and Squeaky Clean Dave talk about, and a lot of people mention as well in the forums. That's why I was thinking, well, if I can get a longer brush, I need it to be perhaps lightweight, and if I could rinse on the glass as well. And it kind of narrows your choice down. But I am confident with what I'm using now and rinsing off the glass. Definitely not on the glass for my setup anyway. But yeah, it is it's confusing, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff out there and people are giving me lots of advice. I'm definitely starting to think maybe try a brush anyway. I can make a video on it. Like I said, there's only one way I'm going to find out, and that's to try it. And sometimes it's just good to mix things up so not every day is just the same, isn't it? Also, I just got another comment coming in. Okay, Dawn Window Cleaning. You're right, mate. It says blue 1.4 pencil jets. I take it's because they're more powerful, aren't they? And I think the bigger the holes you get in the pencil jets, you have to get the same pressure. You need to up your flow rate, and then you're using more water than what you want to, I suppose. But again, it's down to gardeners jet capsules, pencil jets. It's down to everyone's preference, isn't it? But you guys know what you do and you like what you like, and it's good to get your opinions out there for someone like me as well, who's maybe thinking about this and doesn't know what way to turn. But I'm definitely happy with the X-Line stuff. I'm just toying with the idea of another brush. And I think I'll go try and get something like a 35cm brush, lightweight, can rinse on the glass. And then I don't know what jet capsules. I suppose once I've got it, I can change around with different, in a way, in it. If I've got a different brush, I can make a video about that. I can make different videos with the different capsules that fit in it and try it out for a couple of cleans and give my thoughts from my point of view, because obviously everyone's point of view is different, of what I think. And to be honest, I think you're always going to go back to what you first started with. You kind of go full circle, don't you? Well, that's what I reckon will happen anyway. But yeah, that's why I thought I'd do this video for today, really. It's just about the choice you've got of the different pencil jets, fan jets, and then rinse bars. And then you've got that brush, haven't you, as well, from DA Components. I've forgotten what the edge, and it's good as well there, whereas it's sort of like similar to Gardeners. You've got multiple choices you can use to have 4 jets within that brush, and then rinse bar as well. I like them options, and I like the fact that that could be a swivel or fixed. But for me, it wouldn't work because I like using the swivel gooseneck from Gardeners. Even bizarrely, I know some of you find it hard to believe, from when I'm doing fascia soffits and gutters, I've just got used to it being on a swivel gooseneck, and sometimes it can be a pain, and there's other times where I'm glad it was a swivel gooseneck. You just learn to adjust, don't you? And I like to try and get my jobs done as quick as I can, really. So I just kind of go for it. Comes in handy. Oh, sorry. Wilco's just saying X-Line need to have better jets and be a tad lighter, yeah, with their brushes. It would kind of come more competitive or in line, wouldn't it, with what's out there, especially with Gardeners when it comes down to the weight. I know a lot of people comment on my videos when it comes to brushes that it's too heavy. And you know, there's far lighter ones out there, basically. Matt's just saying, if you had a Gardner 35cm, you could mix pencil jets and fan jets in the same brush. Yeah, because on the 35cm, you've got 4 holes, haven't you, for your jets? So, like you're saying, you could have 2 pencil jets, 2 fan jets, for example, or all 4 of the same of one. So you've got that where you can interchange it as well. And like I say, you could adapt it with a rinse bar on top. Wilkerson, I used an oval pole and I struggle with a Gardner brush to have a good angle for moving window to window, but the X-Line brush is fine. I'm guessing it has a better spread of bristles. Ah, okay. Wilco, Matt from Your Cleaner Windows, he's got an over 8 pole, and he uses different brushes like Gardner's and as well as the X-Line one as well. So Matt will probably find or be able to explain to you a way around that one, maybe. That is one thing I mean, I can't compare. I've just always used X-Line brushes. They do spread. So if you need to get the bristles into some tight corners on the window, you just press it down so the bristles splay out and they can get in there to get in the hard little nooks and crannies sometimes, and to try and fish out those egg sacs in the corner of the windows. Dawn Window Cleaning saying fans for gutter fascias and pencil jets for windows. That's interesting. It's just because I've used my rinse bar all the time. I like the way I can jet water up behind the actual gutters where it's hard to reach your brush to get in where the back of the gutter and the fascias meet. And I use that sometimes to blast and jet stuff out there. But I suppose if the fan jets, I wasn't sure how close you can get them in there, but obviously you can. Yeah, oval 8 pole, right, got you, Wilco. Yeah, that's what Matt's got from Your Cleaner Windows. Hi, PB Bro Clean. You all right, mate? Don't worry about that. Okay, Marcus is saying, oh, he agrees as well with the Dawn window cleaning. Oh, sorry, just come to your comment, Wilco. What I mean is on the top windows with a swivel on and then moving along to the lower windows. Right, got you, mate. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen in some of my videos, I adjust mine as well. So I have it set up for the upper windows. And once I've cleaned all the upper windows, say on the front of the building, when I drop my pole down, it only takes seconds because he's a Gardner swivel gooseneck to change the actual angle to what I prefer to be at, so I can then clean the bottom windows. I get what you're saying. So the brush is then fixed evenly on the glass, so it spreads better. Yeah, totally get you there, mate. That's what I do. I know some people don't. They keep the angle the same, and when they're doing the lower ones, they just have the brush going side to side across the window, as opposed to like horizontal, sorry, going up and down, if you get what I mean. Because you often see people on YouTube videos cleaning windows like that. I've tried it and I don't like it. I prefer just to change the angle because I like to get my brush in the nooks and crannies, like at the expansion gap and on the very top of the windows or any vents, that sort of thing. So I just adjust my gooseneck, mate. Okay, PB Pro Cleans, you're saying, has anyone got a recommendation for a flocked brush? The flocked brush I use is the 25cm one from X-Line because that's the only brushes I've got for flocked. Let me try and get it. I was about to say get it up for you there. I've said it now. I'll get the brush up. Okay, these are the ones that I use for flocked. It's the same as my DuPont brush, but just flocked basically. So 26cm, and then it's flocked with a rinse bar in the middle. That's the one I use. But like saying, the weight of it is about 230 grams, and I'm sure, like everyone points out, you can get lighter ones, but that's what I use, and I've got no qualms with it. I just, other than the fact of thinking of trying another brush just to see how that goes. And then obviously you got loads on Gardeners. They've got all these different style of brushes, and in a lot of the different styles they've also got flocked as well. So a lot to choose from with Gardeners, that's for sure. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, you're just saying that it's already been mentioned for flock brush. There's loads of different flock brushes out there. Like, you've got flocked seal brush, haven't you? A rectangle. And then Gardeners ones where they even less bristles in there, so it's extra light, all that kind of stuff. Window washer, you alright, mate? Ooh, what am I doing? Okay, you're just saying tempted by the X-Line one. Wish they did a similar system to Gardner or OVA. Yeah, so you could interchange them as well. That's one thing a lot of people enjoy about Gardeners. And when I'm looking at Gardeners as well, it's getting confusing. But you can trial and error, can't you? Not having to buy a whole new brush just because you want a different jet system on it or rinse bar or whatever. So that's the good thing, yeah. I get where you're coming from there. Okay, and Wilco's just answering the one from Your Cleaner Windows. Yeah, it's a lot of choice out there. Different brushes. They're all getting more expensive than what they were when I first started, that's for sure. And I know some people use different brushes for different jobs as well. So you'll have a brush for cladding, a brush for conservatory roofs, a particular brush for doing fascia soffits and gutters, and then maybe a different brush for windows. It's like, where do you stop, isn't it? But it is good, I suppose, if you find something you like at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to, isn't it? So Matt's just saying, Wilco, I find I have to, yeah, for you, just for the lower windows on the 25-foot, but when you had a 22-foot one, you didn't have to because the overall length of the pole was shorter when closed. That's interesting. It's funny, isn't it? All these little tips that you don't think about and how much they can help you out. My pole is a carbon nano pole, so it's a high mod pole. And it was a 25-foot pole to start with, but I've stripped it down to an 18-foot. And then I've added extensions onto the 25-foot. So basically, my pole is either 35-foot or 18-foot. 18-foot is for about, I'd say, 98% of my work. And the other 2%, I need the 35-foot on there to reach some Velux windows or awkward to reach windows. But most time it's 18-foot. And yeah, I just sort out the I forgot what I was going to say. So adjust the angle of my gooseneck basically for upper and lower. And just come back to Wilko's just saying using the X-line brush sorts the problem out. So using the X-line brush, you don't have to change the angle of the gooseneck. Or I do for me. But yeah, I get what you're saying now because the display of the bristles avoids that. My son doesn't like changing it, whereas I do change the angle of my gooseneck. Just shows you, innit? We're all different, all got different ways. At the end of the day, as long as your customer's happy, the window's clean, and you're happy, then it's a win, innit? But yeah, it's like a minefield, isn't it, out there with a vast array of different brushes and jets, and whether you can rinse on or off the glass. And then there's hot water. I've only got cold water. I would love a hot water system. And so again, when you look on the gardener's website, you'll find some brushes will not be suited to a hot water system. Some are, and then some of them depends on how hot you're running your water through as well. But they've got it all listed out on their chart, which is good. But I don't really need to spend the money on a new brush. That's the problem. So I'd probably stick with the X-Line one. However, I know a lot of people are suggesting gardener brushes to me because saving weight, I'm getting older on my shoulders. So maybe try a lighter brush for the maintenance cleans, because obviously I've got loads of maintenance cleans. And that's where I was thinking something light and something where I can rinse on the glass and a bigger brush. But it's a lot of money to shell out on to use and then find you're not happy. That's kind of like the pros and cons that I'm trying to weigh up, really, and get the balls to make up my mind. But either way, I could make a video on it anyway. And it's good, like I say, to mix it up, trial and error. It's the only way you find out different things, isn't it? And maybe change your way of working for the better. But if you don't try it, you're never gonna find out, are you? But yeah, there's a hell of a lot out there. But well, I'm getting near the end anyway, and may end it there. But yeah, the choices are just mad. Sorry, just seen a comment come in. Slightly off topic, but I'm getting black marks on my hands from the carbon fibre poles. Is that an indication the pole needs replacing, or any tips to stop it? I wouldn't say it's needs replacing at all. I used to think that, but when you look on a lot of YouTube videos, everyone who's got a carbon fibre pole is going to get black hands. And then I think if you get a high mod pole, it's even worse as well because they wear faster. Regular pole maintenance, lubing up the pole, it stops it for a little while, but after a day or two, you're going to start getting black hands. And the only other way around it is maybe wear gloves. But obviously in summer, you don't want to wear gloves or them latex gloves. But when it's cooler weather, you can wear them, can't you, and take them on and off. But I don't. I just use my hands. I hate things that slow me down. What I do use is, God, I've forgotten the name of this stuff. Mechanics use it, don't they, to get oil out of the hands. Swarfiga. But I use another make from Clover. It's called something else. It's far cheaper, but does the same job. And I have that. So when I get home, I use that to wash my hands. And it just comes up in seconds. And all the black's gone out of my hands straight away. So that's how I live around it, mate. So, yeah, I wouldn't think that you've got to replace your poles, mate. There, I just use single gloves, so like the latex gloves. Yeah, again, just use gloves. Only started happening recently. Right, I've got you. It's probably just because your pole's a bit more worn in, but I think with any carbon fibre pole, you get black hands. When you had the hybrid poles, they're not so complete made of carbon, so you don't tend to get black hands off them. But when you get the better poles, you do. And then, like I said, if you get high mod ones, I think you find it's more of a problem. But I just use equivalent stuff to Swarfiga. I've forgotten what it's called, and then use that to wash my hands when I get home, mate, and it's no problems at all. Comes off really quick. But yeah, or just use gloves, which aren't a bad thing in the winter, is it? That's why I like the winter. Don't get black hands. But in the summer, I get black hands. That's pretty much, it's better than having black eyes, isn't it? Yeah. anyway, I hope you're all going to have a good week out on the grass. The weather forecast is meant to be nice and bright and sunny, going back to the warmer temperatures anyway. I can't believe we're nearly halfway through September. It ain't going to be long, is it, till we hit December? So we're going to have the winter months coming. So it's trying to get all this money in now for when the winter hits and we start losing days' work here and there for that, I suppose. Make hay and all that kind of stuff. Get all these fascia softeners and gutter clears in when you can, eh? Sorry, just in the comment, there's a bit of a delay for it to come in here. Okay, week off this week. Baby arrived today. Oh, congratulations, Matt. Nice one. Well done. I'm sure everyone else will say the same. It's going to be busy there with the old nappies and that. Oh. My wife used to laugh her head off at me. Yeah, happy memories. Congratulations to you and the missus, mate. Well done. Hope everyone's all well. Sure there would be. But that's great news, mate. I'm going to be smiling for the next couple of days with that. So enjoy your week off. That's going to be busy, innit? But good times. All your customers will be probably asking you loads of questions when you get back to work, mate. See? Hey, everyone's happy. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be a good week. Get some work in, get ready, get ahead of the game, ready for when we start losing time when the winter's here. Won't be long till I'm cracking out the old warm kit, me Buffalo waterproof kit, and then we'll be back to enjoying the cold weather and then hating it, I suppose, and dying for summer to get here. But at least we'll be wearing gloves and not getting black hands off the carbon poles. But yeah, okay then. That's it from me. Unless anyone's got any other questions to come on here. I know everyone's just replying, so I'll let them come in because that's nice. That'd be nice for Matt to see as well. See it all coming in, Matt. Everyone's going to be grinning. Congratulations to you both. Oh, don't go. I can hang on if you want. If anyone's got anything else to say off topic. And my van's going to be due a service soon. I was looking at the mileage on there. It's got another about 3,500 miles to go till it hits the 10,000 mile mark since its last service. So I'm trying to put the money in the pot for that. And I know my tyres looking a bit thin in places. So I've got a little bit further to go, but I know they're not going to be long off needing a tyre change. And then I've got my MOT 13th of January, it runs out. So I'm trying to put money in the pot for there, get myself squared away. All comes up at the wrong time of year. But you know it's going to come, don't you? Did you first roof scrape this week? Ever done one? Me personally, I haven't done a full roof scrape other than my in-laws, but it's a bungalow. I want to scrape my own roof, and I've scraped roofs of 2 garages. That's it. And yes, massively hard work. I brought these from Is it Marshall? Yeah, I bought this load of scraper blades and his scraper, the double head one, from there because I knew I could just put it onto the poles. I've got a carbon fibre pole, and then brought the bar side, and I've got the nylon brush as well because my in-laws have got a slate roof, and so I used that on there. It's interesting, different, definitely harder than what the videos look like on YouTube. Definitely when you watch Sid, his early ones, when he scraped it, it makes it look really easy. But I'm just sticking with the window cleaning because I'm too busy just with windows to go around. I mean, I was speaking to my wife about this, saying when I was looking at getting a pressure washer at some point, because I like the idea of doing a lot of different things. But I just said, how can I fit pressure washing in when I'm so busy doing window cleaning? It's that full now that I can't do these other add-on services like that. And again, it's funny how they're dictated by weather. I was watching one this morning, like sealing a driveway, and he couldn't because it was too hot, believe it or not. So the problems you don't think about that are going to come up would make it too hard for me, I think, unless I had another van set up with a pressure washer, because I'm lucky being a family business. My wife could jump in my shoes, go out with Matthew and Sophie, and they could do the window cleaning while I go out and do these extra jobs, say with a pressure washer. But I know as well there's going to be a hell of a lot that I've got to learn about pressure washing, because I'll be going into it blind. So I'll probably have to pay to go on a course. And you're going to, even when you do these courses, you're going to learn on the job. So there's far more in it than just blasting the driveway, isn't there? And you're going to learn the pros and cons and the ways you're going to have to handle it. Like you've tweaked your window cleaning to get it right. And I don't think that's the way for me to go, to be honest. The same with the roofs as well. Oh no, van MOT in the morning. Hope it all goes through all right, mate. You never know, do you? It goes in and it is what it is. But you just hope you don't lose too much day's work if it needs something that needs fixing. Have a good week as well, mate. I put a video out of it. I enjoyed making the video much more than the job. Yeah. Well, I'll have to have a look, mate, and see your video if you're putting it on YouTube, mate. Be interesting. Wow. So is it just something you've started doing? You've got 1 week out of 4 doing extra jobs. Right, I've got you. Say 3 weeks window cleaning and then 1 week where you like your add-ons and the different arrays there. Yeah, with me, I'm just constantly window cleaning. I've got a friend, I've lent him some stuff to start window cleaning, and he's got a little bit of window cleaning, but he's mainly doing the big jobs of like cleaning roofs, and he started from nothing and built himself up. So I'd speak to him more about what he's learned, because he's way ahead on me on that. It's not completely a no-go, but I think at the moment, the way it is, I'm just sticking with windows. If I was, because I'm thinking it's family business, if we wanted to make it bigger than what it is, maybe I could start doing the pressure washing on the side, so it runs concurrent to the window cleaning as it is now. So I'd need another van basically to do it. And then, like I said, if you're doing the patios and stuff, you could maybe do the roof cleans. I don't know. There's a lot, isn't there? There's a lot to think about. And anything you start, there's a whole ton behind it. Just think about when you started window cleaning, you thought it's pretty simple, but there's a lot more to it than what you think. Right, everyone, that's it from me. Thanks for coming in on the lives. Brilliant. Well done, Matt. Congratulations. Enjoy your week with the newborn. And just say hello to your missus first as well. All the best, you two. Well done for everyone else. Thanks for your advice on the brushes and everything else. It's definitely something for me to look at, but I am happy. Oh, just got a comment coming in. Do you do carpet cleaning as well? No, I don't, mate. I know, like the Uncleanables podcast, is it Ryan, isn't it? He does carpet cleaning as well as window cleaning, pressure washing, roof cleaning. And I know some people just do window cleaning and carpet cleaning side by side. Again, I think with carpet cleaning is more to it than what you think. So it'll be something you'll start and it'll just open up loads of doors. But I think, like most things, isn't it? If you want to make it happen, you just do it and probably enjoy the journey of getting more experience and learning the tricks and all the tips out there. But yeah, I'm sticking with the window cleaning. I haven't done the carpet cleaning at all, mate. Is it something you're thinking of doing then? Right, well, I'll call it a night anyway, and then just leave it there. Thanks for all your time, and thanks for tuning in, and stay safe out there, and have a good week.